Hello everyone, welcome to day 3 Algebra 1 notes on the distributive property. So here I have a few examples. This is just like numbers 1 through 8, right? And remember, you might want to pause the video when I tell you to go and do those specific questions. So again, we have our computer screen and our scrap piece of paper here. So all I'm going to do for this first one here is I'm just going to rewrite it, 8 parentheses x minus 6. And when I distribute, we're going to multiply what's on the outside by everything that's on the inside, okay? All terms. So 8 times x is 8x, and 8 times negative 6 is negative 48. And that's it. That's all you have to do. If you have to check 8 times 6 on the calculator, again, that's perfectly fine. The second one, now I have a negative sign, x minus 8. That negative is really a negative 1. It's just going to change the sign of everything inside. So it's almost like an opposite. So here, positive x becomes negative x. And here, negative 8 becomes positive 8. And that's it. And my last one, we got 5x times x plus 4. I'm going to distribute that 5x. So 5x times x, or 5x times 1x, if you want to put the 1 there. 5 times 1 is 5. And x times x is x squared because there are 2 x's. So we have x squared there. Then we have 5x times 4. Well, 5 times 4 is a positive 20. And then you can't leave out the x, so we have 5x squared plus 20. Now, if you want to pause the video here and go and do numbers 1 through 8 on your sheet, that is a good idea. And then come back and we'll do 9 and 10. Okay, so now if you're back, we've got combined like terms, which is yesterday's lesson, with distributive property. And we got 2 of them. So we have here for the first one, we have 4 times x minus 5 plus 3. I'm going to distribute the 4 first. So 4 times x is 4x. And 4 times negative 5 is a negative 20. Plus 3 drops down. Now my like terms, well, this x term is all by its lonesome, so I can just rewrite 4x. And then I have a negative 20 with a positive 3. Again, if you have to check it with the calculator, that's fine. This is the same thing as 20 minus 3, which is 17. 20 is a bigger absolute value, so it's going to be minus 17. So we have 4x minus 17. All right, the second one, we got 3x times x minus 4 minus 7x. Again, distribute the 3x. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 4 is negative 12x. And that minus 7x drops down. Now, 3x squared is all by its lonesome, so that can just drop down. And we have a negative 12x with a negative 7x. 2 negatives, we're going to add negative 19x. Now notice how I showed my work, right? I showed that I distributed. I kind of circled my like terms here. Once again, if you have to use a calculator to check your math, that's perfectly okay. This circling shows me that you're showing work. So if you want to pause the video here and do 9 and 10, that is probably a good idea. And then we'll move on to the second sheet, like the back side. Okay, so now if you're back, we have a real-life example on page 2, which is a little bit longer than this example I have here for you, but I'll go over both of them. So you have to spend exactly $100, no less, no more, on exactly 3 items, no less, no more. What 3 items can you buy? So we have a video game for $50, a clock for $15, a cutting board for $20, a table for $30, and a cabinet for $70. So let's just do some, I don't know, I'm not really sure. Let's just try some here. So we have the video game. Notice I'm going to abbreviate here, VG for 50. Kind of get a label here. CL for clock. 15. Don't just put 50 and 15, so label it somehow. Cutting board, CB for 20. And let's just see what happens when I add those up. So we got 5, and we got 5, 6, 7, 8. That's $85. I did not spend enough money, so those 3 items don't work. All right. What if we just did the last 3, the cabinet, the table, and the cutting board? So we have the cutting board, we have the table, and we have the cabinet here for 70. Now, if I look, well, 70 plus 30, that gets me 100, but that's only 2 items. I need to buy all 3 items here. So if I add that 20 and 100, I now get 120, and I spent too much money. But if you get the video game, the cutting board, and the table, that is going to be 50 plus 20 plus 30, which is in fact $100. So your answer is the video game, the cutting board, and the table. If you want to leave your answer as this, that's fine. I can get that VG as video game. If you're on here and you want to like circle them, you know, something like that. Let's say you printed it out and then you just show me that, you know, 50 plus 20 plus 30 is 100. That's fine. I need to see both though. I want to see the label, and I just want to see the fact that you at least somewhat wrote it out and know that it equals 100. Now on yours, it's a full page, but it's still the same thing. You got to spend exactly $100 on an appetizer, 1 appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. So you have to pick one of each, and the 3 of them combined have to add up to $100. We're going to assume you're drinking water, which is free. There is more than one answer, but you cannot like pick 2 appetizers or leave out the appetizer. You got to pick one of each. Exactly one of each. Okay? And again, remember, when you're done, take that photo and email it to me or upload it to Google Classroom. And again, I want to see you like, you know, I want to see your answer circled, and then the little bit of math that's involved over on the side or on a separate sheet.